everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. It is Monday, August 31st. I cannot believe it is the last week or last day of August. The summer seems to have gone by pretty quickly. So, thanks Lisa. They're very bright and cheery today. All right, just some little commercials before we start. At the end of today, I will be drawing a name for the August winner of the mini paper trimmer. Winner, paper trimmer. And if you've placed an order with me this month, $60 or more, your name goes into the draw for every $60 that you spent. So I will announce the winner tomorrow. Someone will be very happy. You can't get those anymore. And I'm getting a newsletter ready to send out. Just a heads up that I will be having a breast cancer fundraising class in October. I usually do it at my house and have a garage sale and all that kind of stuff, but this year I will be doing it online. Hello, Monique. Barb loved the bows yesterday. Good. Hi, Cindy. I got lots of bows for Barb today. Upcoming classes, Fall Stamp Camp to go. It is September 19th. I've extended the deadline to register until September 5th because I do have to order the products. Just a couple of spots left. You will receive these beautiful gold edged cards and envelopes as part of your kit. And also the Christmas extravaganza. Anyone who registers before the early bird date of September 20th will receive this bonus stamp set, A Merry Hello. And it is a hostess set, so you can't even order it. And it's a great little set. We'll be using it for some of the cards. You also receive a pack of the, oh my gosh, I always forget, Wonder of the Season cards and envelopes. We will be using some of them, but not all of them. And last, Paper Pumpkin. Looks like a really cute one. For September, you have to register or subscribe, I guess, by September 10th. The kit is designed to make treat bags, but the description says that it will make cute little cards, and it's not just Halloween, it's fall, Thanksgiving. It's a very versatile kit, and I actually ordered a couple of extra because I know I'm going to love it just by the little images that I saw. So cute, and it comes in a special orange. Well, I guess they're always orange, but sometimes they have a theme box, and this one looks like a theme box. So that's coming. There'll be a link in my newsletter where you can subscribe. All right, so today we're working some more with the Love of Leaves set, which I cannot stop using, and these beautiful dies. And I was going to use the wheelbarrow set, and then I realized I hadn't ordered it, so it's going in my next order because I was even thinking last night of all the cute little cards I was going to make, but I don't have it yet. So anyways, that's fine because I'm still playing with this one. It's a bundle. I've also used Beautiful Autumn. Actually, the only thing I've used from here is the Hey There. And I have used a couple of sentiments from Gather Together. I've used this one and this one. Gather Together. Die sets that I'm using today are Love of Leaves, obviously. The, oh my gosh, Tasteful Labels dies. I've used this one and this one. And what have I used from here? No, I don't think I've used anything from here. It's the Stitch So Sweetly. Hi Phyllis. I had it over here because I thought I was going to use it. All right, we have 4 cards today. I actually had 3 ready, and then I had this idea for a 3D card, so we're going to do that right at the end because the cards are pretty quick to put together today. So I'm going out on a limb using some of the colors that weren't really my favorite when I first saw the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper, but I'm forcing myself to use them because they actually look kind of pretty. And I'll give you a couple little tips on things that I did and things that I shouldn't have done. So we're starting out, believe it or not, with Melon Mambo. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have Bumblebee, 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have one of the pieces of Plaid Tidings, 3 3/4 by 5. This wouldn't have been one of my favorite colors, but actually on this card I think it looks pretty. Then we have a piece that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now, tip. So I wanted it embossed, so I embossed it and then I cut this out. And of course, it flattened all my embossing. I don't know if you can see that, but I was going to go with, oh well, and then I thought, no, I'm going to do it again. So trick, cut first, then emboss. And it looks a lot nicer. All right, okay, this one's just a layering up card, but I am going to add the bumblebee ribbon. Barb will be happy. Lots of ribbons today. So I'm going to go ahead with my Stampin' Seal and just add this first layer. Your cards don't always have to be super complicated to be cute. I like to have a balance. Well, for card class, they can't be super complicated because usually we make 8 cards in, usually the classes are 2 hours. So if they're super complicated, then people would be there all day, which I love, but. All right, so we're gonna glue this on. I do miss my card ladies. I'm in card lady withdrawal. Just ask my husband. Okay, now we're gonna put the frame of this on. We're actually not using this piece. We'll save it for another card. It'll go in my little bucket and I'll find somewhere else to use it. Whoops. So we're gonna put this embossed piece. I could use the white glue, but I'm being lazy, to be honest. Oh, and someone on my YouTube channel told me that this is called a horse chestnut. This leaf is from a horse chestnut tree, also called conker, C-O-N-K-E-R. Just so you know. All right, we could go and do these little finicky ones there, but I'm not going to. Then I have a little thank you. And this one apparently is from an aspen tree. And I don't think we have either of those out where I live, so hence I did not know the names. We have mostly, obviously, pine, because I live in the pinery. We also have a lot of birch, and we have oak trees that we've planted on our property and maples that we've planted. And we have poplars, which are really cool to look at when it's windy, but they fall over a lot, which is not good. Okay, I'm just gonna get these out of the way. I've been really good about keeping my craft room tidy. Well, it's only been a day. And I also decided that when I'm doing my card classes, my online Facebook Lives, I'm going to try to finish up the cards so that I have them ready to go. And this one I got ink all over it, but hey. And here's the way I didn't like it. So I did the stamped off leaf in the bottom, and then I wanted to put the yellow one in, and it looks stupid. So now it's the back. So on the other side, I just added the melon mambo, but stamped off leaf. So I think that looks better. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this one in. You could always take a little punched out one and add it on top. That would be pretty, but I'm not going to. So my little sentiment says thank you. I forget which set it's from. My daughter sent me her back to school picture. She's a teacher. Starting out, she was teaching and then went to work for Let's Talk Science. And now she's back teaching in a classroom. So it was so cute to see her back to school picture. Following in her mama's footsteps. Okay, so we're going to add this with a glue dot. And I'm kind of measuring it so that the bow doesn't go off the page, is what I'm doing. I love this ribbon. This is a very happy card. I feel like it needs another glue dot. Maybe that glue dot didn't even go on. There we go. I'm going to trim this just a tiny bit so it's not off the edge. All right, and whoever's on, oh wow, Dutch elm was really bad. That's good that they survived. So I'm adding some of the 2020 in color enamel dots. And I'm gonna add one there. These are so pretty. And they're tiny little ones too. There we go. So that's our first card. Really bright and cheery. There's the inside. Not your typical fall colors, but hey, it just says thank you. It doesn't say fall. So that's card number 1. Like I said, the plaids are definitely growing on me. Well, some of them I loved, obviously, right from the beginning, and some of them were just a little wild for me. So now we're moving to a more subtle color. This is Sahara Sand. So let's go ahead and do our inside. I just stamped a couple of the leaves on the inside. Hi, Diane. This leaf, I don't know what leaf it is, but looks like a pretty common one. So I just stamped a couple down in the corner. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, embossed with the textile embossing folder, same as this one. Tasteful Textile, I want to say. Some days my brain does not work very well. It's Monday. All right, so I'm just going to line this up as straight as I can see it is. And that wasn't very straight, but good enough. This is 2 inches by 5 1/4, so the same height. Just to add a bit of interest and to get my plaid in there. I think I have plaid on every card today. Like I said, I've used some of the ones that I wasn't quite sure of. This one I actually like. I'm a bit of a traditional. All right, then we have Bumblebee, sweetly scalloped, sweetly stitched, rectangular scalloped. And then this little piece I just cut to size to fit in the middle. So it is 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. I did do some off stamping with that same stamp. And I did my Season of Thanks greeting also in Bumblebee. Bumblebee is a great fall color. It's one of the new in colors, which are around for 2 years, and sometimes they come back when they do a color refresh, which means they get rid of some colors that are kind of out of date and then bring in new colors. So I think I'll go middle with that. I'm going to pop this up before I add the other stuff. We'll add a few leaves to the front. It's quite a beautiful day in Ottawa today. And when I walked Marley this morning, there was no bugs. The mosquitoes have been really bad with all this rain. But it's been too cold for the deer flies, so that's one nice thing. So when you go with a really subtle color like Sahara Sand, it's kind of fun to do a pop of color onto it. So that's Bumblebee. And then what I was thinking is, oh darn, I was going to put this ribbon around. Okay, I'll add it. Remember I did these leaves out of the In Good Taste wood grain paper. So I thought I'd add one of those because it kind of matches. And one of these. And I was thinking of wrapping this around, but that's okay. I'll just do a regular bow. This kind of has a hint of yellow in it. So it kind of picks up the bumblebee, and then it's also got, I don't know what other color, but I think it matches nicely. That's not quite big enough. It's quite a wide ribbon, but it's not really thick. It's not as thick as that mint macaron ribbon. We don't have Shannon on today. She's back at work. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's add some glue dots. So we want this fairly low down, but not too low. Again, making sure that we don't go off the card. That would be bad. So I'm just going to add a couple of glue dots. You can use glue for this. I'm just lazy. This one is the brushed gold. So we can spread them out a little bit because the bow is quite large, and it'll cover all these pieces that we can see now, but we won't see in a minute. So I'm not putting in a glue dot here because I like how it kind of tips up a little bit, but you do whatever you like. All right, I'm going to put 2 glue dots on because the bow is quite substantial. There. I like that ribbon. I haven't used that ribbon a lot, but it's pretty. All right, so here's our subtle one, Season of Thanks. We've got our bright, we've got our subtle. It's actually a neutral. And now we've got kind of in between. So this one is, oh man, it is Pretty Peacock. So let's go ahead and put our inside piece in. I just realized I forgot to do an insert for the last one because it was an afterthought card. It's a good idea to get your inserts done because I give away a lot of my cards, so then I don't have to go back and spend an evening putting inserts in. And when you have your stamp pads out, you're more likely to stamp like a little leaf or something inside. If I'm doing them all at once, like just take a whole bunch of cards, I am not going to be doing that. Cajun Craze, 5.5 by 2.5, embossed with the wooden planks. Wooden planks. It might have a new name. It was one that carried over and now they renamed them because they have their own big shot machine now. I want to say 4 by 3, 4.25 by 3.25. So we're going to pop this piece up. So we'll put it down. This was another paper that I was like, but it looks quite pretty. You just gotta do something with it, and then it looks pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on this. I do have this 1/4 corner one left, which will be perfect. And then I'll just, oh, there's a nice edge one. That's probably more than I usually put on, but all right. And then we have a couple of leaves that I've die cut to put on this. One of them is the crushed curry one, is embossed, again with that tasteful embossing folder. And I just had embossed it and used the outside piece on the card we did before, so I had it left over. You get a good little stash when you do that. Then I have my little Gather Together, again using the same color as of ink. So I have this one, I'm going big this time. This one, I might move that over. And then I have that bow. All right, I'm just gonna put a bit of snail on this, or seal I should say. Now you want to make sure that you don't go over the top. So I'm going to angle it a little bit more that way. Yeah, I'm going to put that flat because I've already got this piece popped up. Now I'm trying to make sure I have room for my bow. I don't know if that bow's big enough. Let me see what else I have. Dark brown, gray. Well, it's gonna have to do. I'm not sure this one would match. Let's try. Oh, bumblebee? No, it's the wrong shade. I have a lot of little bows just sitting up by my stand that I can just grab if I need to. This one is a good size, but I don't think I'm going to like the color combination. But we'll see. Bow 1 or bow 2? That is the question. And if you don't like either of them, oh well. It needs a bow for sure. I could add another, maybe if I added another leaf, a smaller one. An aspen. Or a little maple leaf. I'm thinking another leaf will make this bow look better, is my thinking. Oopsie. Bow 1. Was this bow 1? Yeah, that was bow 1. Yeah, I think this one just isn't quite big enough. I wanted to keep this one like not glitzy, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm just gonna go back to what I had, which is often what I do. I like bow 2 smaller. Phyllis likes bow 1. Let's just go with 1 for now. I may think of something as I'm sitting here that I like better. There's also this one, but it's not really. How about that one? It's not really white. Alright, I'm just going to put that one on for now. I can change it because I'm not sure. I'm not convinced I love it. But it's, of the two, maybe better. Alright, last card. I just thought of this as I was sitting here. We're going to try doing a 3D leaf. Now, I will tell you this leaf is not completely symmetrical, but I think it'll work. So here's the one. I first was thinking of doing it in green, so I pulled out these ones, but then it was too Christmassy. But I just put it together to see if my design would work. Well, it's not my design, but how I was thinking of putting it together. And I think it will work. So this is like a big color on color. Bumblebee, embossed using that Tasteful Textiles. So let's go ahead and glue this on using our Stampin' Seal, or white glue actually is also very good when you're using embossing folders. So this one is a bumblebee card. Then I have 3x4, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So let's go ahead and put this on. I love when you can use these little designer series packs in pieces that are 3 or less, because then you get a lot more use out of one sheet of paper, if you know what I mean. All right, this is going to get popped up. And then we're going to assemble our leaf and add a bow and a greeting. And for this one, I'm definitely going to use the bumblebee. Now, you can put it right in the middle. I tend to put it up a little bit. No, I might change my mind. So this one, I'm going to use the bumblebee gingham ribbon, which is one of my favorites. All right, this we're going to put at the bottom. It just says, hey there. I just wanted a really small sentiment. So, hey there. Now, this is for our bow. Oh, and remind me we can add some little bling later. I originally thought I would want an embossed one on the top, so for this piece. And then when I did it, I like this one better for the top piece. And I'll show you. So here's how this one would look. And here is how this one would look. They're both actually cute, but I like the stitched one better. Actually, this one is stitched. You just can't tell anymore once you emboss it. All right, so to put this together, the way I do it, I'm just going to grab my silicone mat. Actually remembered where I put it after cleanup day. It's always a bonus. I did cut the stems off of the bottom ones because I didn't want to have all those stems to try to glue together. So there's no stems on the bottom, only a stem on the top one. So take your piece, fold it over, use a bone folder for sure to get a nice crisp fold. Be careful with this one because it does have those little stitch lines, and it doesn't need to fold quite as crisply. So this is where I want glue for these two. So just make sure you have them facing each other. You end up putting glue on the back, but it's a bit tricky if you do this step wrong. So I'm going to just take my stamp and seal. You could use white glue, but then you have to stand here and hold it, and I don't want to have to do that. So try to get it covered. That's why I'm using my silicone mat. There, that's good. That's good coverage. Then what I do is I take the two of them, I line them up, put them down flat on your surface, I line them up, and then close. Okay, that's pretty good. And as I said, they don't line up perfectly, but I don't care because it's so pretty. And it actually, with this one, I'll show you in a minute, you don't notice as much as I did with the other one, so I did do some trimming. So you really want the edges to have glue. Snail. The white glue might be a little easier to work with, but like I said, you have to sit here and hold it then. Then you take your other one, same thing, down on the ground, and fold it together. All right, so you can see how the back one is a little bit bigger on this side. And you can go and trim it. I did go and trim it for this, but because they're almost the same, because they are the same color, I'm not going to bother going trimming it on this one. So that's a choice you have. I just thought it was so cool. I love pop-ups, pop-up ones like this. Any of you who are getting the fall stamp camp, this card will be in it. So then I take the back and I put glue all over the back of the whole piece. be good. Then I just put it where I want it. Push it down. I did not glue this down. You can if you want. And just make sure that you don't have any glue where you don't want it, otherwise it's going to glue your card shut. I have a glue eraser. I'll figure all that out later. I can see a little bit of extra. All right, I like it. Now our ribbon. This ribbon is just so pretty, and it's actually bumblebee, so it matches perfectly. And this one I'm going to put the ribbon here so I don't have to worry about it going over top of my sentiment. That was part of the design. Thanks, Cheryl. I didn't see you on today. Oh, thanks whoever gave me a little heart there. Oh, isn't that cute? All right, now. Oh yeah, here they are. So I do want to go back and maybe add a bit of bling. I don't know if I need to add anything to this one. Maybe one just down here. Because these little gems, enamel dots, are the in color. So this one is actually bumblebee. Okay, I think that's all that one needs. I could have put one here and here, but I don't know. I really like this card. This one, gathered together, we could add a couple of bumblebee. Or we could add, yeah, let's add this color, which is cinnamon cider, actually. But it kind of looks, sometimes when you put one color next to another one, it picks up the color in it. And that actually looks like Cajun Craze, but it's not. Okay, so there's that one. And for this one, definitely bumblebee. Just add a couple. My rule of 3. All right. Go back and showcase. I made you get that bundle. You will love it though. Look how many times I've used it. So here's our first one, which is Bright and Cheery. Melon Mambo. Second one, Sahara Sand, using the subtles. And this ribbon looks really good on this one, with just a little strip of the paper. Then Pretty Peacock and Cajun Craze. Not a combination I would have ever thought of using, but it's definitely in the paper. And then a hint of bumblebee. Gathered together. Not sure about the ribbon yet. And then bumblebee. Bumblebee and bumblebee. I think this is my favorite. Well, I really like this one too. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for my Facebook thumbnail. So, thank you for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow at 3. And if you care to like or share this post, it is appreciated. And it is September 1st tomorrow, so I'm sure we're going to be doing a fall card. I'm just not sure which one yet. So, I hope you're joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card. Thanks for stopping by today. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm glad you like them. And hopefully it will inspire you and you get some ideas of ones that you can make with your stamp set that you just bought. I'm just going to slide them over a tad. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow at 3. Don't forget, if you sign up for my newsletter, I did do 2 blog posts yesterday and sent them out for the maybe the last 2 Facebook Lives that we've done. Also, you can sign up for my YouTube channel, and if you're interested in any of my classes to go, you can find those on my website under the events section. Thanks and have a great day.